How's everybody doing tonight?
God.
I hope everybody's doing okay.
Hi guys.
Little man just attacked his mom.
Pile drive.
Yeah. Hello, Mary, Jeff, Joe, Willie, O'Brien. Whoa.
Skipped in it. Clark's Cove.
Yeah. Hello, Robert, Melissa. We appreciate you all in here tonight.
Did you already say hi to Jeff?
Yes, I said hi to Jeff. I'm pretty
Sherry
sure.
Lynn.
Hi, Sherry Lynn. I don't remember if I said hi to Mary or not.
Yeah. Hello. Hey Nick.
Hi, Nick.
Mandy
Hello,
Brown.
Mandy. Hello, Bear.
Hey, Bear.
Hello, Ann.
Salty.
Hello, Salty. Hello, Clay and Jen.
Hi guys. Just be cool. Hello.
Hello, Rhonda.
Hi Rhonda. Glad you all could join.
We did have a special guest lined up for tonight, but they had to go out of town and work.
Hi Kathy.
Hi, Kathy. I was waiting to see if you said it correctly
I
or not this
did.
time.
I did.
Very tired tonight, just going to listen.
Sounds good.
Well, we appreciate it,
Yes.
Kathy. We all know how that goes. Hello, Cal.
Hey Cal.
Okay.
Hello, Team Clambake.
What are you looking for? There's
You want
no
to-
I think I've
Oh.
got down the list of everybody.
that black
Once
one.
again, we appreciate you all for joining us tonight. I want to talk about a few different things, and I'll drop the link again. If somebody wants to come up and talk, they're more than welcome. And I have not give up magnet fishing.
No.
Just actually, I'd planned on going Sunday, but we went metal detecting Saturday, Risha, my dad, and myself. And she found something that's on my bucket list, which we will have out in a future video. We was not sure at first what it was until we got home and got it really cleaned up. Well, after on the way home, I told her to look it up, put the description in, and she found it. And then she's freaking out, wanted to turn around and go back.
Yes, Mary, I haven't heard anything back yet.
You want your shirt left off? Okay.
Yeah,
Oh God.
I guess I don't know what you guys are talking about.
It's a secret. No.
Okay. But she found something really cool. There's actually a city park, there's a railroad tracks, and across the tracks is a state park where there was a Civil War battle fought. So we knew that there had been several people detect this park, so we were just in hopes of finding something Civil War era, which the first day, I don't think we did. We found some cool stuff, some really cool stuff, but nothing Civil War. So I wanted to go metal or magnet fishing Sunday, but she wanted to go back to that
You're
park.
welcome, Mary.
And
You got the egg.
hi, Willie. Did I say
There's
hi to
Willie.
Willie?
Mhm.
Um,
Oh, you got the egg.
we went back Saturday
It's on your nose. It's a joke.
or Sunday, I'm sorry,
It's just fuzzy.
and she really found some cool stuff.
Yep. I
So
can't wait to go back. I want to go back Saturday.
have fun.
Why?
I'm going magnet fishing this weekend. If I go by myself, I don't care. I'm going. My magnet is in the back of the truck, and it's been crying every morning when I go to work. That ain't going to help you.
I didn't do nothing.
That look.
I didn't give you a look.
Hi, Shannon.
Hey, Shannon. You're just afraid I'll put it on you again. So
No, I just want to go magnet fishing.
I do too.
All right, silly phone. I was trying to see if I missed somebody. I try to make everybody moderators. That way you can share your channel. Hello, Tom.
I don't know.
Cause I gotta get him some.
But I was
What time he's going.
Well, I can go. I just gotta be.
trying to remember what live
Yeah.
I was on or premiere or something. I was talking to 907 in the conversations, and he's wanting to start detecting. He said he's got a Knox 800, but he needs to get it out and start working with it, getting used to it. So I just wanted to, hi Joe Dirt. I just wanted to give a few tips that I seen somebody do, and I'm like everybody else. I go to YouTube for the answers because people out there have, just like us with magnet fishing, found different things. They explain and help out. Hello, Colt. So,
Whoa.
what?
happened to that?
I don't know. This house that we have, if it's not like below 30 degrees, we have a wood stove, and if it's not like below 30 degrees, yeah, that's really blurry. I don't know what happened to it.
Did you move?
I'm breathing. Hi, Iffy.
Oh, that's hurting my eyes.
You think your phone's charging?
Yeah, I don't know why it's so blurry.
Yeah.
What?
Sorry, guys. I don't know what happened.
That's right, Danimals.
Come here.
Oh, it's awful.
Yeah, my glasses have a glare. That don't help me see. I don't know. I'm sitting there sweating. I know that. Anyway, when we built this house, we over insulated it. So if it's not like 30 degrees or below, huh?
You try it.
Try what?
Bobby, it's right there. Just come on.
You just tried to hit me. That's all that was mounted
No, I
to.
didn't.
So it looked like an accident. There, it's clear. Yeah, maybe if I move, it blurs, but I can't help that.
I think it's your glasses.
Yeah, I thought it was you seeing them blurry. No, I don't know. It might be my glasses, but I can't read without them.
I know.
I could do without that light. I don't know how much light we would have over here, but that's what throws all the glare on my glasses. And you could turn that other light on over there.
Mom, you nasty.
She always has to have lights a certain way.
What is it?
We may be going into the twilight zone. Yeah, it's a little darker now, but I still got glare on my glasses. But I got to have them to see. Hello, SWFL. Hello, Don.
Hey, Don. Hey, SWFL.
So,
Hey, Tom Riley.
one of the
Deep buddy.
suggestions that I give people that's kind of new to detecting, or even people that's been detecting for a while, is get you a laundry basket and find you either a place in your house or a place outside. Set it down where there's no sound. You're not picking up any signals. Put you down a penny, put down a dime, a nickel, a quarter, put down some silver, put down some gold, go over that and listen to the tones. I look at the VDIs too, but I'm trying to get better at just listening to tones.
I wasn't paying attention and I heard you say that and I thought you said beady eyes. I was like, what is he talking about? Because I was listening to John.
You're a mess. But that has helped us quite a bit. And we also have taken our detectors and set them across the kitchen table up off the floor. And we've ran down like pennies,
Betty
dimes,
eyes.
quarters, nickel. What?
James has Betty eyes. You have Betty Davis eyes.
He's got Betty Davis eyes.
I can't catch a break.
That's funny.
So, hi, Connie.
Yeah, the antler tree's across the other side now.
Hello,
moved
Mike.
everything.
I was just talking about you. I was given some
And what did he say at the end?
things that helped us with our detectors. Is taking a laundry basket, put it upside down where you're not getting any signals, put you down a
Hey,
penny,
sis.
a nickel, dime, quarter. Hey, Clay and Jen, thanks for coming back.
Yeah.
Also, we have put ours across the table, turned the sensitivity down, and she wrote down on a paper. She's got the 540, I've got the 800. The VDIs are basically identical on the two machines. And we even did a silver dime, a silver quarter, a silver half, a silver dollar.
I can't either, Willie.
We used different kinds of gold, little gold rings, gold bracelets, gold necklaces, and
Go Nexus.
Dear. Oh no.
Did you like that?
Yeah.
all right, Danimals. I wish we could have got together.
Did you hear what he called me in the end?
Every time I seen you out there fishing up there at Warsaw, I was wishing I was there. I've caught a lot of fish up there.
Mom, what? Can you just tell us? What?
Did I miss? Hi, Judy. If I missed somebody, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to. But that has helped us a lot.
What do you
And a lot of the things that has helped us is just learning your machine, getting out there. And hi, Johnny. Getting out there, using your machine, experience, time helps a bunch.
Where's my camera?
Ew.
Can you can't, oh no, why is that? I don't know, why is that not on?
It'll be on.
Go smoke this.
Hi, Joker. Hi, Nancy.
Hold on.
I got
Let me see.
Oh, yeah. There's something I need to check. I could check my log in a minute.
Yeah. I'm going to drop the link again if somebody wants to come up. He said, hold on 1 second, and then he was gone. And I've been watching
Joker.
a lot of videos. I think she's been watching some, trying to learn. On our machines, our numbers go from 1 to 40. Gold can be anywhere from basically 1 to 22. So you got to dig, and we have yet to find a gold ring.
Hey, Bad Idea Lab.
And
Knock.
hi, Willie.
Willie.
Hey, Cole.
Hello.
I like
Hey
it.
guys.
Hey again.
Hey,
Hey Tin
We
Man.
haven't found any gold rings yet,
Not yet.
but we're still looking.
Hey,
Hi,
Tim.
Barry
I
Teresa.
found a gold fill.
We found the gold
Yeah.
filled ring,
Hold on.
but
I'm on
that
it.
video isn't out yet. I
Let me
don't
say
think.
hi.
No,
Oh.
let me see that.
Gold
Hi.
ring to someone, huh?
Hi guys.
How are you?
Oh,
Hey.
tired.
So, Beard, did you hear the great news?
What news?
He's going to Kratos.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yes, I'm going Kratos in January.
Excellent.
Yep,
Yeah,
I'm
the
excited
whole-
for it.
It's about time, Cole.
Yeah, the whole time that
Thank you.
he was using a Kratos
Oh,
magnet.
look.
Joker says hi to Tatiana and Colt.
He's frozen again.
There we go. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you were frozen
Yeah.
a little bit.
Okay. It's actually funny because all of you guys froze at the same time I did.
Huh.
Congratulations, Colt. To Jeff.
Yeah, I needed a change, so I decided, Team Kratos is the place that I want to go to.
I know he
Yeah,
You
there's a
won't
lot of
regret
companies make a lot of good magnets, but the companies, I've dealt with 3 different magnet companies, and the customer service is
Oh,
second to none. I mean, Benny he's just an awesome guy. He bends over backwards for everybody, does everything he can to help people. And
He's a
you
good
can
guy.
text him. He's going to, if possible, he's going to text you right back. You know, hey, what can I do for you? What do you need?
Yeah, I actually messaged him today, and he immediately said to me, "Hey,
I'll ask Mom what she wants.
I really appreciate you coming on board and stuff like that." So
I don't know any other companies that I personally dealt with that's like that. Even if you told me I couldn't be part of Team Kratos anymore today, I would still. Yeah, there you go, Willie.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
I would still use a Kratos magnet just from my experience with them.
I also got
Tatiana, you
one
want to
stuck
talk?
to my
Yeah,
car.
I'll be right back, guys. I gotta go help my wife for a second.
Okay.
All right.
I'll be right here.
Daddy wants you to finish your meal.
How's school going? Good?
Good. I actually have the comment section on my iPad. So I can just read some comments that they got.
Hello, Barry Teresa.
Willie.
I really can't wait until I go to Wisconsin with you guys. I really can't wait.
Yeah, are you going to
My
go
first
this?
time there.
Are you going this next year?
I think I might go. I might go to next year. I might. If I get the money.
Did you work?
Money's always a problem.
Yeah, that's always an issue.
Yeah. It is. Let's see.
So, Mr. Willie, I heard you say last night that you're going to go to Wisconsin.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
I already informed Rose that I'm not going to Flash Bash this coming year.
That's awesome. We'll be glad to have you up there. Do you know how long you're going to be there?
Probably the 2 days, or I told my boss that I'd try and ask for a week off, but you know, everything has to be set correctly, and that's just months down the road, so who knows?
Yeah, just keep me posted.
Did you tell John?
Yeah, I know that isn't the event for 2 days.
Yeah, it's May 27th and 28th.
All right.
And
May
then the
27th.
29th is going to be a holiday, so you won't be working anyway.
May 27th. May 27th.
I'll try to get that off that day.
Okay, yeah, I got it right. Oh wait, did you say the 27th?
The 27th to the 28th, I think.
Oh, I got that wrong. Give
I
me
think.
one moment.
Yeah,
Wrong day.
and the
This
29th is a holiday,
Yeah, I forgot that again.
27th.
so I thought everybody would have a chance they could
Oops.
drive back home then.
Yeah, looks like I told my boss wrong. Oh well. I thought I was Monday and
let's see.
Tuesday for some reason.
I'm trying to see how many people I'm seeing the comments section right now. Nothing much. I just got that one that Pawn about that date. I just got that on my
From
computer.
Kathy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was reading what Joker wrote, and I've never dealt with
Magnetar. I've used a few.
Magnetar.
Customer service.
I've had 3 of their magnets, and let's just say that the shipping to get here is incredibly high. This
Yeah,
is before-
Johnny, we're not given the town, releasing the exact town until we get closer to that date. For one, Clay and Jen want to run over there and make sure it's going to be as good a place as we feel it will be for magnet fishing. Number 2, if we let it go out now, there's so many channels that would go swarm to this place and have it completely
Amen.
cleaned out before we got there.
Like Ed would say, it's No Tell'em Creek.
Yeah. So we're keeping that under wraps for the moment. Once again, if Clay and Jen go there and there's absolutely nothing there, then we will find a new place. That's another reason we're not disclosing. Hey, Cal,
Venture.
exactly where it's at. Hey, Johnny, Alaskans on the
Hey.
fly, brother. I haven't seen you in forever.
Yeah.
Good to see
Hello. Welcome.
How's Cal?
All right, yourself?
I'm not doing too bad. About to burn up, but other than that, we got windows open, doors open.
Man, lucky you.
Yeah, well, that's what I was saying. When we built this house, we over insulated it. So if it ain't 30 degrees or colder, this wood stove will run you out of the house.
Oh, yeah.
Excellent.
So it's nice about burning wood. It does definitely keep everything toasty and warm.
Yeah, it just has a different kind of heat to it.
Yep.
Sorry, I'm just reading the
Patterson.
comment sections.
Johnny said he's living out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's why he hasn't been on much.
Yeah, we got two Johnnies in here, so we.
yeah, that's in pot. That's like confusing at the moment.
Hi, Guido.
Alaskans on the fly.
Okay,
Guido.
let's see. And then somebody said Johnny is my brother. Yes, Joker. I did get a haircut. Joker said that. Tatiana, did you get a haircut? Yes, I did. Yes. I did today. I did this week. It was fun.
All right.
Ow.
Hey, Dad.
So 907
guess
said
not.
he's living in Arctic
Come here.
Village.
Yep.
Guess it's on. Look who's on.
Uh-oh.
And I've been talking to.
It's Mr. Cal.
I've
What's
been
up?
talking to both.
What up, man?
Um,
I've been talking to
Cal,
you,
the
son.
water's freezing up where you're at too. I know Clay and
Can I
Jen
say
saying that
something?
they're having their water's freezing already.
Our water froze a little bit, but the river's still unfrozen.
Hmm.
The hard part is when you go out now, you start throwing your rope out. Your rope's solid ice,
God.
Ah,
and the water's
Wow.
not. But
Yeah.
He is leaving me again.
hi,
I
Don.
Guido.
doesn't the ice actually reduce the strength of the rope when you freeze it?
Usually, most of the time, the rope's freezing on the outside. If you break the ice off the rope, the inside's still all wet.
1 minute. Hold on.
Salty, that might be
I'll
fun.
be right back.
Go ice fishing. Yeah, sure.
Not very
Drunk
fun
on
when you
the
can't
ice.
grab a hold of the rope and pull. So
Yeah. There's been a few times here we'd go out magnet fishing and the ropes would be froze and we'd have to dip them in the water to thaw them out so we could throw them.
yep.
I've had to only deal with an iced rope once, I believe. That's when it was actually pretty cold.
Yeah,
But
I'm on the phone.
Couldn't even break through the ice with the magnet. It was a hard freeze. Real hard freeze. 2 inches of ice. Of course, I
I had
did
to
get
do
that.
that once in a
on
video
video.
was drop my magnet and break the ice out to where I could throw.
Sorry, what were we talking about
And
again?
we actually
Frozen rope.
found quite a bit of stuff after that. I was surprised no bigger a spot than we got open.
Well, like in the spring here, I'll throw my magnet on top of the ice chunks floating down the river, so that way I can max out my rope as it floats down.
Yeah,
Takes the rope all the way out, and then it'll pop off.
Hmm.
well, that's a good idea, actually.
Hey, Alaskan.
Or I guess if you have ice chunks, you could throw a
What?
couple grappling hooks out and then
we have to go.
try
Hey
to
guys,
barricade the ice.
we have to leave actually.
Okay,
Everybody. Bye.
We gotta go.
bye.
All right, we'll see you later.
See ya.
Bye.
And then there was 3.
Actually, there's 4, Willie.
4.
4, yes, but only 3 cameras.
It's been a minute since I've been on a live.
Yeah. I
Can't
still
tell
get
which way to
mixed
go.
up. But are you going to make it this next year, Cal?
I'm gonna try to.
Cool.
That'd
Same
be
here.
awesome.
It
That's
all
one
depends on
thing that
time and
I-
finances.
Yeah. That's one thing that I kind of regretted about the event. I didn't get to spend
Hey, Joker.
very much time talking to you. You know, of course, you were up away from everybody or down below everybody, I guess, actually. And I didn't get a visit with you as much as I would have liked to while we were there. But
Thanks, Johnny.
Yeah, so you had everybody clumped in one spot, and I was way over here. I'm the only one that found a gun, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Ricky
remember
and
seeing
I had
that.
went on past where you were at, and we threw a few times, and you would thought that river was just loaded, but it's
Maybe where we
basically
couldn't
that
wait.
one little corner right there was
well, the
loaded.
way the water flows one way, 5 minutes later it flows the other way. I think it literally swishes everything out.
Yeah. Hi, Frank.
I've got to find a low depression in the mud then.
And nothing.
Hey,
Or
Chris.
stuff
Yeah, I don't know. I
collects.
threw a couple hundred times and I got like 5 fines.
Wow.
Glad you're here.
Ready for the color one now.
Wicked Digger, my
Wicked
brother.
Digger.
I think I spent more time getting people off the seawall than I did fishing, though. So
I think so too.
Yeah, that was something else that was difficult. That's why I went up on that little bridge finally, is that seawall.
oh yeah,
Hmm.
We never hooked it, luckily, but the place we're looking at going, as long as it shows up to be as good as we think it's going to be, no seawall.
Good shot right in the belly.
Good. No seawall, no stuck magnets.
well, it's like here in Grand Rapids, we have a few spots that have seawalls and everything, but most of it's concrete with rebar. So if the magnet sticks to the wall, it just slides right up because all you're doing is catch the rebar in the concrete.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had some places here in Missouri like that you could just slide it up. And that's the way it was on top of that bridge. I got hooked onto that one little side there, and I thought, boy, I ain't gonna get this back, but it just slid right up and popped off, luckily. Hi,
Plus
Ed.
there.
We have a few spots that are bad
hello.
that the seawall is below the water, and it's all concrete above it, but it's a steel seawall below the water line. You got to watch out for those
Pretty
spots.
good.
Davy
Clay and
Jones is
Jim's
going to call
also,
for your magnet.
I talked to them about the metal detecting because there's some people wanting to come and metal detect, and they said they can make that happen. So I know
Throw
if
the
we get the
detector in.
area that we're wanting, there's a giant park there, and you're allowed to detect that. So we want to get as many people as we can and have a variety of things. People that's never thrown a magnet, there should be plenty of magnets, and people that's never detected.
So how many people were there last year?
I really don't know. I would say 100, maybe, Cal.
No, there was 100 of us there. There was probably 40, 50 of us.
Hmm.
There was 28 different YouTube channels.
Really?
I'm hoping this next year we'll have at least 200. But I've had several people tell me they're going to try to go, several other YouTube channels, so hopefully they can make it. I hope you're doing all right tonight, Ed. It's good to see you in here. We appreciate it.
Definitely Ed Marvin.
Yeah, I mean, that spot we had it last year, or this year, I should say, was, I mean, it was a good location to have a lot of people. You have both sides of the river, the bridge, but there was just nothing there.
Hmm.
Yeah, the spot we're looking at, I don't remember how many bridges are in the town, 3 or 4, but basically you have a bridge, and then you have a distance between the road and the outside edge with the giant walkway down both sides of the bridge. So you don't have to worry about traffic. And there should be some stuff there. Like I say, Clay and Jen's supposed to run there and double check to make sure it's going to make sure it's going to be a good spot soon enough that if we find out it's not, we can find another spot.
Did you watch her?
Is anyone packing any winches or anything? Specifically electrics?
I always carry a come along with me.
That's what I take.
Come along
That's
in one
awesome,
hand.
Dave.
Electric.
We appreciate that
Them two.
because we're hoping to have a bunch of scrap
Holy town.
because I think Jen supposedly knows somebody that knows where the scrapyard is close to this town. So we can take that money and put towards St. Jude's also.
There you go.
Now, have they hit the spot, do some test throws yet?
Did you go?
No, not yet.
Okay. Yeah, we did. Zan and I did that all summer long. I mean, we'd stop somewhere. He'd be out with his friends, or I'll be out, and I always got the magnet in the car. And I literally throw out 10 times. Count how many things I got out of 10 throws.
Yeah, we're pretty convinced this is going to be a good place. But there's always that chance it's not. I mean, it looks really good. And they're supposed to be going down, I guess, in the spring and double checking it. And if it's not, we're going to figure out a new place.
Yeah, looks always can be deceiving.
Yeah.
That's usually how it is. It looks good, juicy as it's called, and then it turns out to be a bust.
Yeah,
It's
I've had spots that look juicy as all get go. We'll get over there. We'll throw for an hour, 45 minutes, and find a nail.
Yeah.
And there's other
That's
spots we
cool.
go stop at. I'm like, I'm gonna throw a test throw in here. First throw, I pull the gun out, and it's all rocks. And I'm like, I usually don't fish rock spots just because I don't want to shatter my magnet or get stuck.
Yeah, always the snag issue.
Yep, that's usually the big boulders, and we have a lot of that by some of the bridges where it's just big boulders that they dump in for erosion, and you always get snagged on them.
I think that's what happens to a lot of newer magnet fishing people.
Yeah.
They get right at the edge of the bridge and they're thrown into some giant rocks. And they're
Yep.
like, well, I got stuck and lost my magnet first time I went. Hey, 717. But that's part of experience. That's part of getting into things like this live here,
Jeff.
asking questions. Because the bridge that we go to quite a bit that's fairly close to the house, I would say it's at least 150 yards long, if not longer, this bridge, and it's closed down. And there's rocks on each side that go 30, 35 yards each way. So
Oh,
you're
yeah.
losing a third of the bridge. Now you can dob down right along the edge, but if you throw out, you're going to lose your magnet. So there's no telling how much stuff is actually in the area you can't get to.
See, what I do is a lot of these spots where we have the rocks and all that, I'll get the boat out.
Well,
We did
see,
that
you're
on
not allowed
a
to-
couple spots this year.
that's what we want to do there, but you're not allowed to put a boat in there. You're not allowed to step in the water. It's the city's water supply. They said you can't even step in the water. If you get your magnet hung right close to the bank and you get caught wading out there to undo it, you pay like a $500 fine.
Well, I guess they're trying to keep the water clean, but you think they're dying all the metal out of there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Now, we talked to the head of CU one day, and he seemed like a super nice guy, but we didn't get a chance to ask him about putting some boats out there, because we would like to try to someday maybe hold an event there if we could get boats in that water, gas motorless boats, flat bottoms, kayaks, canoes. If we could get those type of things out there with 30, 40 people, there's no telling how much stuff we could pull out that you're not reaching when you can only throw your magnets so far.
I got a good location that would be beneficial, and it's chock full of rust.
Do you have to access it by boat or
It's a lake.
it's a lake?
And there's plenty of docks. And then on top of that, the lake is completely full of rust. I actually did a hour-long video on it. So it's there, and that's about the only lake that I know of that's got consistent rust in it. Everywhere else I've been lately is nothing but a little bit of rust, and that's about it. No true good finds.
All
Yeah,
right.
we-
Thank you for coming in. I truly appreciate it.
Yeah, we've had a lot of hit and miss spots this year.
I've
Too bad
got
we didn't have.
spots found for us to go, but one of them, this bridge down each side is solid graffiti down each side. But it's a 4-hour drive, and there's some bridges in the town near it, but this is a really dangerous town. So, is the risk worth the reward for that? I don't really, not for me, it's not. I prefer the old back roads, those old bridges.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I like the back road ones. That's where I found most of my good stuff at.
Yeah.
Concrete or iron bridges. That's usually the best place to magnet fish sometimes.
Yeah. this summer I found that Tommy lower and a AR-15 lower out in the middle of nowhere, back road bridge. And then Zan found that other lower, that other gun part 35 minutes from that other spot we were at and everything. But
Well, the one bridge that I've been to so much since I've started, which is an hour and a half, 2 hours away, depending on traffic. The sheriff told me that he goes by there as much as he can. He said because people are nonstop throwing trash in it, so it's had trash thrown in it for years and years. Of course, we've cleaned no telling how much out of there, but it's getting resupplied all the time. It's just so far up there.
oh, this summer, I mean, most of ours was 45 minutes to an hour and a half away from us. Every spot we hit, just because everybody is hitting the Grand River and Grand Rapids. So
Yeah.
not including the YouTube channels that hit it. Everybody's gotten into it, is doing the whole downtown stretch. So
That's
any
good.
boardwalk, bridge down through there, everybody's been hitting it. And
Yeah.
we decided let's hit other areas, other towns. And
Yeah, I don't mind driving an hour, hour and a half to find a good spot. But like I said, this one bridge, and after looking at the bridge, there's a video I seen or a couple where there was a couple YouTubers had been to this bridge, if it's the same bridge, and they were pulling all kinds of insane stuff out there. So I know it's still loaded with stuff.
well, even like the last spot we hit, we'll be working on a video on that soon. The motorcycles, the mopeds, and all that. We hit that spot a year ago, and it was all heavy pulls, a lot of rebar, a lot of pipes, and then a few other YouTubers hit the same spot and everything else. And then we hit it again this year, pulled out some mirrors, so we knew there was some motorcycles in there. So we got a hold of a few other people and everything else, and we got down in there with a diver, and I mean, 3 motorcycles.
That was awesome.
Motors.
Crazy.
Johnny, if you're leaving, it's good to see you. Take care. Try to stay warm.
Have a good one, Johnny.
Someone needs to take Swamp Rat's idea that he had and get a giant electromagnet and just take a crane and drop it in and see what you could find. Maybe we can find a whole engine block.
That kind of takes the fun out of it, though.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Yeah, you can see what's there, but it kind of takes the fun out of pulling that stuff up and getting the surprise.
Well, look at it this way. You won't ruin your back.
Yeah.
What he did to you. No.
I got lucky with the spot with the motorcycle. I was able to get the vehicle back in there and use that to pull most of it all up.
Because how is Nick swinging one? Oh my god.
Barry Teresa said they've lost 2 magnets, one in rocks below the dam and the other was on something big, and when pulling it in, it got hung up, used to come along, and the rope broke.
Yep.
Yeah, dams are a bad spot to fish.
Yeah.
I've recovered so many magnets from dam areas, and then on top of that, there's ones I have not been able to get a hold of.
Crazy.
Love you too, brother. Stay warm, stay safe. Can't wait to see you put another video out. It's been a minute.
Yeah, when I'm doing like recoveries on dams and all that, I use the old window weights.
Window weight, huh?
Yep, I tie those to a rope and whip them out there. So I'm hoping to catch the magnet.
That's an interesting idea. Window
Because a
weight.
lot of time when you take a rope, especially if you're using a come along or a vehicle, you start pulling on that, it's wedged between 2 rocks. You pull that back, when that rope breaks, it slingshots the magnet out.
Yeah.
So I used the window weights, but the one spot I went to, it was at a dam, and I tried doing it. I went through 3 window weights, breaking them, getting them stuck, using the come along, broke 2 ropes. Could not get that magnet back.
Dang. It's still funny how in the divers videos, when they come upon a magnet that has been cut, and it's like, oh, it's stuck to this. Why not just pull it off?
Yeah, I know I found at least 1 magnet, maybe 2 magnet fishing magnet. I found a little bitty one day, and give it to little men. And I am surprised how strong that little tiny magnet is. It's a little single side.
Yep.
I bet it's probably a 400 or 500 pound magnet.
Yeah.
Pretty
Yeah.
strong for what it is.
I'm
Yeah,
still
you know, they got to
surprised
be
about.
about that big. They're about 500 pounds.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm surprised about the 550 one that I got from Kratos Benz. That thing is powerful. Good gun grabbing magnet. But so
Yeah.
does a bar magnet from Harbor Freight.
Yeah, I've lost count how many magnets we found.
Yeah, you guys get to go a lot more than I do.
We try to get out more.
Yeah, well, we have to drive so far.
Same
I
here.
mean, the closest one is about an hour away. You can get there in 45 minutes if traffic's okay, but most of the time it's hour plus. I mean, I got bridges 3 minutes from the house, but most of the water's clear, and most of them have like river, what do they call it? Like it's flat rock basically on the bottom.
Yep.
So anything thrown right there just going to wash right down because it's mostly just a flat rock right under the bridge. You know, giant rocks, and so
At
there's
least you
not
still
that
have-
much. I got one that I have found some stuff, but nothing there lately.
Yeah, I
At
feel like
least
I hit a couple spots this year where the water's clear and it's only like 2.5 foot deep. And you can't believe how much stuff we pulled out of the mud. You couldn't even see that stuff was there, but the water's so clear. You're looking at it, you see all the sand, you see the gravel, you see the rocks. Started throwing in, and all of a sudden it just bam, 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 bam. I mean, a lot of it was nails and nuts and bolts and screws, but
Yeah, they'll hide a lot of stuff. But when I don't know if you've seen like the rocks like I'm talking about, because our rivers and streams around here, you might have a half a mile of the bottom of the river is nothing but a flat rock.
yeah, it's it's the riverbed. I'm trying to remember what they call it, but it's just a big giant rock, basically.
Yeah.
bedrock.
Yeah, bedrock.
Good place to hide gold too.
If anybody in here has any questions for Cal, Willie, or myself, be sure to post them. We'll try to answer any questions we can.
Put my phone back on chat.
Because I've seen Cal get a magnet loose, and I forget what you call it, where you had to tied it to the rope to the bridge, but you took a wheel or something and you threw it.
Oh, that was in Detroit when I took my spare tire out and popped the magnet loose off the bridge.
Yeah,
It's
Yeah,
called the
about
drop
that.
dead weight.
that worked out great.
Yeah, they spent probably like an hour trying to get that magnet off there. And finally, I kept on telling Zan to grab something heavy, and he'd grab a log or grab this or that. And finally, I went to the car and just grabbed the spare tire.
Yeah, I've only used a bar magnet once, and the first time I used it, it snapped in half. Like, well, there goes that idea. It was only $20, so oh well.
Yeah, I know people's had that idea of dragging that flat bar or getting like a really strong flat bar, dragging it across the bottom. There again, if you get it hooked on a rock or something, it could get wedged.
Yeah, it's not the magnet that's the problem. It's the housing that holds the magnet and the loop that you tie the rope to. And that seems to
Yeah, you
always
almost
break.
have to have one on each side to pull it back straight. Otherwise, it's going to, flip
Flip-flop.
Twist
one
and
way or
tweet it
the other.
around, yeah.
Welcome back, Joe. Limestone is what Jeff
Wouldn't
and
pick up the hammer.
Shannon
Yeah.
are saying.
That's why a neodymium magnet's superior to a bar magnet.
I Google map a lot of bridges, and I had this river or creek found that just had like every mile there was a bridge, and you could look from Google Earth down, and oh man, it just looked like the best spot in the world. And we get there, the water's like this deep, and it's just nothing but the flat rock
Yep.
Huh.
at every bridge for about 6 miles. And I'm like, holy cow, because it looks so great by Google Earth. So you don't know till you get there.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, as I said, we hit spots where we swear we're going to find something, and we go out and you can't find nothing.
Just like any other type.
Yeah, this summer I tagged a lot of bridges with our stickers. That way, when we go driving by, I can always tell we've been there.
Does anyone else tag too?
I haven't seen anybody do it yet. We got one bridge in downtown that's been getting tagged by a lot of the guys on YouTube, but
That's cool.
I never thought of that.
yep.
I know
Or
in
leave.
Wisconsin, Clay was saying that somebody was putting their stickers on the gas pumps. I said, are you doing that, Clay? No, we're not doing it. Somebody is. Which is a good idea, I guess, unless I don't know if you could get in trouble for defacing the gas pump or not.
I guess it depends on the gas station if they want to press charges or not, but
Yeah, probably.
But
be
then again,
considered
they'd
like
have to get
fee.
you doing it, because if I give you a sticker and then you go put it on something, I've lost control of that sticker once I give it
yeah.
away.
Well, like about these peel off real nice.
Yeah.
So they're thick, they're vinyl, and they peel off if you stick them on something.
Vinyl sticker.
But I was sticking those on upriver, so any spot where there's where the current flows, it's upriver. And I stuck them on all the bridges on the beam. So all you have to do is look over the guardrail, and my sticker's there. We've been there.
That's awesome. Like I said, I never thought about doing that.
You could have your channel name and say, "I've been here."
Well, I did that. That way, anybody's canoeing, kayaking, or tubing or whatever can see them.
Yeah. Hey,
That's a smart idea.
The little sticker up there.
Yep.
Got to get on YouTube and check them out. Does anybody have any questions for the three of us? Yeah, Mary Teresa, that's what I was worried about as far as the gas pumps, because when Clay told me that they'd stopped and got gas and seen what somebody stuck on there, I thought you might be able to get in trouble for that, but I don't know.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
and if-
On here, I see a lot of the Biden sticker pointing upward saying, I did that.
Yeah,
on gas pumps.
Yeah,
yeah, I've seen those everywhere.
who hasn't seen those?
I mean, whoever come up with that sticker is a multimillionaire now, but
Oh, yeah.
But I've seen where they've been. I've seen where people's put 3 or 4 on there that they've tried to scrape off, and scratches all over the gas pump. So it can kind of get you in trouble, I would think.
Yeah, so that's one thing I do like about these ones, because I've stuck them on the guardrail, and I'll peel them off because I don't like how they're looking. And I said they peel right off without tearing.
Joker said you're a bad boy.
Yeah. What's
Breaking
that
the
pirate
law,
thing?
breaking the law.
All right, Shannon, thanks for coming in, brother. We appreciate it.
Later.
Mom, the meatloaf.
Johnny said he put his sticker over somebody's naughty drawing.
Meatloaf.
Good way to censor it.
Hi, Shane.
Ohio River history. Hello.
All right, Shane, thanks for coming in, brother.
Don't ever cook me meatloaf. It's junk. Meatloaf is
Risha found some more stuff I don't think she sent you pictures of.
meatloaf is awesome.
I
Coconut.
told her I wasn't taking her detecting no more because she's putting it on me.
I found my first merc dime this year.
Oh,
That's awesome. I did too.
Yep.
I mean, I didn't think I was ever going to find one.
I've detected for years and never found a silver coin. I found silver rings, silver candle snuffer, never a coin.
Shane. Yeah.
And then I had a high tone this year, and I'm like, I'm hitting it. So I dig the plug, pop the plug out. I'm going through the hole. I'm pulling nails. It looked like someone took a bucket of nails in the ground.
oh no.
That's all I was getting out. I finally get all the nails out. I have no more signals. I grab the plug. I go to flip it back over. And I swing my. I'm like, I'm still getting that high tone. So I'm going to grab the plug out, and the dime actually fell out of the plug. It was underneath the plug.
Wow.
Crazy.
Mom.
Down this thing. I hear a lot of dumb crap on this.
Yeah, Johnny said Maddie's putting it on him magnet fishing.
Go tell Mom. Go
It's
tell
kind of odd when, I mean, there's times Risha and I both will have a really good day metal detecting, but usually one weekend I do good, the next weekend she does good. It's like we can't both do really good. Not that we don't both find some good things, but
It's in the
she'll
library.
find most of the good stuff.
Yeah, all three of those are out of the same park.
Nice.
Wow. Well, that's something we've got to learn to make ourselves do is
Go tell Mom.
dig more targets. Because every time I dig a one, it's foil. But a
Oh,
gold
boy,
ring can
can't
ring up a
toilet.
one. So
I
You
dig
just
about
gotta dig.
everything.
The litter box.
yeah, that's what we got to
Not
start
that
doing.
again.
No, I learned this lesson. I was at a campground, and we got there late. We got all set up, and I went out with the detector. The kids were sleeping already. It was dark. I had my flashlight. So I went through the tot lot. Now I'm swinging through there, and I mean, I pulled out like $35 in change
Wow.
within an hour. So I mean, it was signals everywhere, and I pulled out probably 300 pull tabs because I kept on hitting them. I go on the backside of my camper, which is the walkway to the bathroom, and I'm going through the beach sand right there, and everything else. Every single signal I was pulling was pull tab, pull tab, pull tab. After an hour of digging up pull tabs in a 10 by 10 area, I'm like, I canceled it out of my detector. And I was going after the coins. My son, the next morning, was on that same side I was at, which is a fire pit right there, is a walkway. He's over there detecting, he's digging a signal up, and other kids watching him, talking to him. He's grabbing handfuls of sand like this. Pulls out a Notre Dame class ring, gold.
Wow.
And I was right over top of it probably 100 times. But I canceled out that pull tab.
Yeah. Yeah, I was watching a video today, and this guy's put a nickel across the detector. Then he put a gold ring across the detector. It was ringing the same number. Like I said earlier, on our detectors, because our numbers go 1 to 40, we can pick up gold from 1. The highest we've had is 22. Like my ring rings up a 20. And the necklaces will ring up a 2 or a 3, and it just depends on how many carats, the size, all that stuff.
Well, it depends on if it's laying upwards, if it's on its side, or
Detectors can't figure out a lot of things. They can only give you a best guess of what
Yep.
is in the ground, but
Yeah,
it still
so-
registers.
We're
That's
going
all about
through
that
what
coil.
Mr. Wicked Digga said. He found a half real and a gold ring, and they sound identical to a pull tab. You have to
That's
dig
right.
them, and you do.
Yep.
I mean, we've dug hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. I'm not going to tell you how many rings Risha found Saturday, but she found more than one. And she had half a pouch full of pull tabs, pop lids.
oh yeah,
And I wasn't
It's that-
digging all of those. I
It's
did
that
for a little
slaw.
bit. When I first started, went over to a little different area of this park because I was looking for Civil War relics. And I get back over by her, and she holds her hands out. I
Caltrip.
want to find one of those.
we got one spot in the Grand River. We pull them out. We just got hit just right. There's a bunch of them there.
Wow. Yeah, I want to find one of those. I wonder if we'll ever find
They're
one
iron, right?
metal.
Yeah, they're steel.
Oh, they're steel.
Hi, Jay. How are you doing?
It'd be nice to find out wherever this location is going to be, who's going to find what, and who's going to find the most, and who's not going to find anything.
Well, if the location pans out like we think it is, there's going to be should be a lot of pew-pews in the area.
Ah,
I mean, there's high potential of it.
best have the PD on speed dial then. They
Normally
might
what we do is we pull them out, we set them off to the side, and we're about ready to. An hour when we leave, and we'll call them in.
Yeah, I was thinking of that. If everyone finds one and there's like 100 or 200, you just throw it all in to one thing and then go. That
You want to keep them
makes sense.
separated because they're going to ask who found what area for the police reports. But
Yeah, sometimes they want your ID, sometimes they don't. When
I've
I
always
was
had to get my ID every single time.
uh,
I had to get my ID every single time I've gotten called in one.
yeah, when I was up there with Clay and Jen, or I guess it was this year. I think it's the first place we went to. No, it was the second day. I pulled a magazine out, and in that, in Fond du Lac, you have to turn in everything. That's awesome.
kitchen knife.
Then found that.
That's awesome.
I.
But when Clay called them, they come and picked it up. The guy just asked where we found it. I told him, he said, well, keep throwing because the rest of it's probably there somewhere.
That's what I tried doing in Milwaukee, was trying to find the rest of it, the slide and the barrel and all that. But
Yeah.
Huh. Do you think some of the individuals who decide to get rid of their firearms piece it down and scatter the parts,
that's
slide,
most of
mag, everything?
most of the fresh ones we found. They're always separated.
Mm.
You have the body off in one spot. They'll take the slide and the barrel. Sometimes it'll destroy the barrel because they can't get ballistics in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Like
see,
smash
everyone
with
I've
a
ever
center
found has been complete.
Everything I have that's old
Serious?
is all complete.
Not spider.
All the revolvers, all that. But when it comes to the newer plastic and everything else, the ones we pulled out have always been separated.
The one I found the day I found the grenade, they say the bridge has been closed 10 years. Well, there's no way that had been in there 10 years. The pew I found, there's no way it had been in there 10 years. It was too clean. But it was still all together. Now, the magazine wasn't in it. I actually found it with the grenade, and they were probably 25, 30 feet apart.
Yeah, it's just, most people separate it and they just, or they're walking down the boardwalk or pathway and they'll throw it.
Yeah.
But I
Also-
think that's the only one I found that probably would be fireable.
So what happens if we run into explosive device? Just put it in the bucket and then back away from it.
It varies on usually what it is.
Mhm.
Like on us and everything else, if it's able to, like the RPG we pulled out, the water was moving so fast, and it's a rocky area. I didn't trust dropping it back into the water and letting it sit in the water on the magnet.
Yeah.
So basically, I filled up a 5-gallon bucket. I threw that on the rope and threw that in the water, pulled that up, at least then set it back in the bucket. Everybody yelled at me for putting it face down. I figured if it was going to go off, if it went down instead of going up.
Yeah, since those are shape charge.
Yeah, they're rocket propelled, so I mean, they literally will shoot before they blow. So, and I've talked to the bomb squad and everything else, and they pretty much says put it in water.
Mhm.
You
So it
found it in the water, put it back in the water. That
Okay.
way they don't dry
Hi,
out.
Olin.
J-Mill.
Don says hello, sweet pea. She's saying hi to Alani. Don is.
Don said
She's
hi.
hiding over there. Yeah, I can't wait. It's going to be fun. Hey, finders keepers.
Patterson Farm. Hello.
Yeah, but I mean, I've pulled out explosives and didn't even realize it, threw it in the bucket and get home and then go through their stuff and go,
Uh-oh.
okay, we got to call this one in.
Yeah. I still can't understand why there would be any personnel landmines underneath a bridge that Clay and Jen found. That just boggles the mind. I mean, I know I bring it up a lot, but it's just insane. There's another one.
That one's cleaned up.
Yeah, it looks like a jack.
Yeah, it doesn't look like jacks, but
Yeah.
That type of jack you don't want to step on.
no.
That's what I want to find. But I just wonder if we could also find a metal detecting, or do you think they've deteriorated over time in the ground?
Yeah, you think, but
There's Tri Valley. Also, good premiere earlier.
Hey, Brian. Thanks for coming back.
where did that thing go? Oh, it's over here.
Now, Clay's claiming he's got a spot that he's going to take me to, me and Risha, when we go back, where we can find some of those.
So excited.
Oh
I
yeah,
want to find I just,
oh, now there's
yeah, that's
something.
really cool.
When I pulled that off the magnet, I pulled it out. I was talking to somebody. I just threw it in the bucket, and Zan's like, "Hey, wait a minute."
Is that the
It was all
20 mil?
crusty, so I mean, you didn't see the brass ring or nothing. But
Yeah,
luckily, that one's been hollowed out.
yeah.
That's a 20, isn't it?
This is a 30 or 33 or something.
Any tank round right there. Flat
Yeah.
pin.
Then you have. Show the size difference.
Yes.
Definitely.
This is a 20 here.
We always do.
Yeah, Sherry Lynn, if you got an explosive you pull out of the water, you always want to put it back in a bucket of water or something so it don't start drying out.
Well,
Yep.
biggest thing is if you pull it out, you know what it is.
Yeah.
Just drop your rope back in the water and let it sit in the water. The authorities can pull it up, they can pull it off, and everything else. Because if you don't know what they are or anything else, I mean, most of the stuff that we do find in the water is going to be waterlogged. It's not going to be dry powder. Very unlikely it's going to explode.
Yeah.
We'd be hearing it all over the YouTube news and everything else. But the same token is rather be safe than sorry.
That's true.
So I mean, like that RPG round, it was on a clamp. I literally set the clamp on the ground. I grabbed it and I rolled it. I didn't slide it. I rolled it off the magnet and everything else, and then stuck in a bucket of water.
Too bad they didn't throw the tube in there too. I mean, you couldn't own that thing, but that would have been a really cool wall hanger.
Zan tried keeping the RPG round, but they said
No. No. You don't want to mess with an 85 millimeter heat round.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, over here.
Well, I don't know much about explosives, but like that grenade I found, some of the people I work with retired military, and they say that those are made to withstand being they're supposed to be waterproof. They're supposed to be sealed where water don't get into them. Now,
But in the water for 20, 30, 40 years, I don't think they're going to be water sealed.
Nah.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Now, I don't know how they blew that up, but they blew it up. Yes, please.
Probably dead cord.
The ones that have done around here, they usually use C4.
Mm.
On the 20-some ordinances that Danny Dip pulled out, and then we went back the next day and pulled out more. They basically blew them up in a firm field of C4. That RPG round, they went to a gravel pit and blew it up.
They blew that up right there at the bridge where we were at. They just got it off the bridge to where I had my truck parked at the time. And we went back. The sheriff finally came up there and he said, well, you can go back and get your stuff. There's nothing left. And we did actually find some little pieces of the grenade and kept them.
Shrivels of shrapnel, since it's a cast
Yeah,
iron.
but my bucket was disintegrated, so whatever they did, they put in there with it in my bucket.
Yep.
And exploded it.
Long gun.
Yeah, like the German World War I smooth hand grenade I found, that didn't even have the pin or nothing in it. But I mean, they still had the cap on it. It was all complete. It just didn't have the pin in it no more, the handle, because it's been in the water so long.
Oh, it's stick grenade.
No, it was a smooth hand grenade. Look, this other pineapple is a smooth one. It's the round ball with the stem on it.
Oh.
And everything else. I thought it was a door handle when I first pulled it out.
Door handle.
I grabbed the handle. I'm looking at it. I'm like, it looks like a door handle. I pulled it off the magnet. I'm like, that's an awful heavy door handle.
Yeah.
Put it in the bucket, and I get home. I Googled it real quick, and that's the first thing. Every freaking Google image picture was German War One hand grenade, so we called it in, and GRPD bomb squad came and got it.
Yeah, because you never know. I mean, it's just insane the things you pull out of the water.
Or what the divers find, either one.
Yep.
Yeah, it'd have been nice if they'd replaced the bucket, Mary, but they told us that they might keep our stuff for, have the bridge shut down and keep our stuff for 3 or 4 months.
Wow.
I never found nothing like that. I didn't know what to expect.
I got a video. It's in the short too, but it's the one of the bomb squad, and the guy picks up the bucket and he's like, "Whose bucket is this?" I'm like, "If you want it, you can have it."
Yeah.
Because I mean, we had the ordinances sitting in it and everything else, and I'm not worried about a cat litter bucket. I get them every day.
Yeah.
They detonated the grenade, explained that they use an electric charge to detonate. That's how they did theirs, at least.
Impulse.
I wish we could have seen it or been close enough to see what they were doing.
Hi, Ficus and Toast.
The road, hi Ficus, the road goes and makes a bend and it bends back. And they made us go up like half a mile where we couldn't see nothing.
Yep.
Then they told us we had to move again. About the time we start to move our vehicles, we'll hear boom.
Yeah.
Then they come up, okay, you can go down there now.
Yeah, I'm hoping the next one we get and everything else, we can at least be in earshot of something or video shot or something of it.
Yeah. Of course, like I said, we were driving, so we had no idea they're going to blow it up as we're driving.
Yep.
And none of us had our camera on, never even thought of it.
See, I'm lucky. In my vehicles, I got a dash cam. So with audio, so I'd pick it up off that. But
Always an interesting day when you find something either
Yeah.
pew-pew related or something else.
yeah, so the problem I usually have is when we find something like that, we only have a limited window we can be out at.
Hmm.
And like that RPG round, we literally, the kids had plans that evening and all that. So we went out early in the morning and we're on our way to leave. Zan's freaking third throw pulls that in.
Crazy.
So
I know.
literally an hour and a half right there of bomb squad, the police, and
Yeah.
I think it
Doing
was
all the
almost
reports
4
and-
hours from the time we called. Well, actually, we didn't call. They have guards that watch this bridge. Like I said, if you get caught out in the water, you pay a fine. And they have guards. There's gates they unlock at daylight, and they close them at dark. You can walk, but you can't pull down there. And he actually called him because he showed up just right after I found it. And it was in a couple minutes we could hear sirens coming, and we were there for 3.5, 4 hours from the time they showed up till they left.
oh yeah. Well, I'm about to get off of here, Beard. I gotta go get Zan from work. So,
Well,
See
I
you,
appreciate
Venture.
you coming in, buddy.
oh,
Good to
thanks
see
for
you
having me.
again.
You
Hopefully,
guys have a
we'll
good one.
see you again in May.
Hopefully.
Definitely.
Yeah, you're welcome up anytime.
Okay, thank you.
Have a good night.
Good night, everybody.
Mom, what time is it? 7 o'clock. I gotta get them back.
Can you
2
do
for
something
2.
with her?
For me. No.
She's annoying. Annoying orange.
Mom in here.
I know it's hot in here.
Mom, but you
I just got through saying that.
ask it if he's done and then it's done.
Me? Why?
What does that have to do with you?
I don't know about him, Willie.
I wouldn't have any experience with them, so
Hey, New Teasy, what you do one, you got to meet one of them.
well, yeah. But when we were metal detecting, you were off on one side of the field and I was on the
Oh, yeah.
corner.
Nigel said he hasn't got time to sleep.
Who does anymore? All it is coffee and
Don, if
sleepless
you're
nights.
leaving, Merry Christmas and good night. It's good to see you in here.
Almost makes me wonder what I'd have to do if I managed to find don't understand why would there be a grenade in a lake, but you never know. Like, oh, what's this? Landmine? Why is this out in the middle of nowhere? Like, uh-oh, what do I do? And
Well, that's just like what I
sometimes,
found,
yeah,
Willie. Wasn't expecting there to be a hand grenade in that river.
yeah. Then you're like, oh, do I call the sheriff or do I call the EOD? But, oh well. We'll deal with that some other day.
I was reading Barry Teresa's
That's
comment.
true, Nigel. But your country was in a wartime event.
Yeah, Nigel
No.
finds all kinds of that stuff. But
A lot of UK magnet fishers find that stuff.
I didn't let anything go. Ow!
Mary said she's waiting for you to find the ruby shoes.
Well,
Yeah, I don't know why
being,
they put the guns back in the water. It's not like the bullets are going to go off. Now, black powder
black powder will
can get
explode.
wet and dry out, and it'll burn again.
Hmm.
But I don't know that regular gunpowder, you could ever
No.
dry it enough that it would burn again once it got wet.
I've seen it before. Reloading powder, you get it wet and it's done for. It's just now powder.
But that's
Ruby
why when they
shoes.
bring some of those things up out of those ships that's been in the water 200 years, it's got black powder, they have
Yeah.
to keep them wet because it can dry out and explode. Thanks, Joe. Oh, okay, Don.
For all I know, Mary, those red shoes might be in the underground vault and storage, but I doubt that. I think they're all in the private collection, or I think one of the pairs is in a museum. Could be wrong, but don't quote me on that. I'd probably have to go back to Manhattan and figure that one out. There's a museum for Oz about that. So,
Yeah, Nigel does find some crazy stuff. It's just, it still amazes me, even here in some little creek, the things you could pull out with a magnet. And now
Yes.
that we're metal detecting it, and also the things you find buried in the ground that
yeah, that's a
somebody dropped
crazy
and
one.
put there years ago. It's just unreal, some of the stuff you can come up with.
Wait till you be like one of the lucky metal detectorists that find a cannonball.
Yeah, that's what I want to do. I wouldn't even know what that signal would be with my detector.
Usually they're iron, but iron registers what is a 10, somewhere around there. It's a low
I usually have my iron off. Risha started detecting with hers on, and I've had a lot of people say that you want to detect with your iron bias on all the time. I don't know. But when I bought my detector, I asked the guy how deep will the detector go, and he said, under the right conditions, he said you can pick up a cannonball over 3 feet deep.
That's a long ways.
Yeah. But he said the smaller the target, the less deep you're going to find it with any detector. Basically, you know, you're not going to find something the size of,
A pinhead or something.
yeah, like a little pea sized piece of gold 3 foot deep. You're just most likely not ever going to find it.
Maybe if you use a metal detector that is only meant for gold, like a gold bug.
Yeah.
Those metal detectors are specifically meant for one thing, finding AU, gold.
Yeah. And I don't know if they'll go 3 foot deep or not. I'd say it all depends on the ground conditions.
Yeah, and then you have to deal with mineralized soil all the time, both here and. So, what did you think of Kansas soil? A little bit harder or easier to dig through?
No, it was not bad. I didn't know what to expect. It was a little muddy.
Yeah, it was rainy the previous day. Previous couple of days that day when we went to the area that Tri-Valley had. But it was because of a big old storm that came from, I think it was Colorado, or usually comes up from Oklahoma.
Yeah, it's a lot like the soil around here. I mean, where we live on top of this hill, mostly rocks.
Mm.
We got one permission that for the most part, as long as the ground's got some moisture in it, you go to put your shovel down, it's going to go down because there's no rocks, no nothing. It's just black dirt, and it's easy to dig.
It's a good thing. I'd like to find out what's on my boss's property. But since he lives too close to a rock bed.
Call her Michael.
Lost Boys Recovery, hello.
How you doing, Andy? Good to see you in here.
Bobby, what color are they? What
Let's
color are they?
Yeah. No, water destroys things.
God, I wish I had.
Yeah, I forget now what I was told, but once a gun is thrown in the water, you only have basically so many hours before all the DNA is gone off of it, or as far as the fingerprints and things like that.
Isn't it like a
You
12
still get
hour?
the ballistics. Just trying to catch back up on, go back to the place with all the guns that you found that was military base. Okay. He said he's not allowed to now because too many people snuck in there without permission. They ruined it for everyone. Hello, keep digging.
The armory where they found all the stins and everything.
Yeah, I think so.
That was a good video. I remember that one. But you know how it is. A few bad apples ruin the bunch.
Sherry Lynn, they can take, if the gun is fireable, they can fire a bullet through that gun and they can put under microscope, because every gun has rifling in it.
Mhm.
And even though the manufacturer might make 10 million identical barrels, that rifling is a little bit different in each one of them.
Yeah, they match
Some
the.
tiny characteristic that's different. So if they can get a bullet from the crime scene and a bullet from the weapon that you found, they can compare them to see if it was used in a crime or not.
The only thing that you can't do that with is a shotgun, since it's smoothbore.
Yeah. Yeah, Barry Teresa says just a few hours.
Oh my gosh, John.
Trying to
Well, it
catch
was.
up and keeping the conversation here. But yeah, that's the cop said they can't get ballistics off of them. It depends on the firearm, Sherry Lynn. If that firearm's down there for a year, most likely it's non-fireable, so they can't shoot it. If that firearm's down there for a week, a month, 6 months, if they can clean the barrel out, they can.
Bad idea, lad.
If the barrel is clean enough, they can take a completely other gun and put that barrel on a different gun, because all that matters is the rifling inside that barrel. Then they can prove that it was used in a crime, but they can compare bullets to bullets as long as they can fire it through the weapon.
Tornado. I'll have you know, Bad Idea Lab, that Oklahoma is the center of Tornado Alley.
Yeah. The gun is degraded, yes, and ballistics are a done deal. CSI James. Well, the last one that I found, that rifle I found,
Hmm.
I was talking to the guy, the officer, and he was telling me about it.
Yeah, the High Point.
Yeah. And he said as long as they could, he said if it was fireable and they could fire it and prove it wasn't used in a crime and it wasn't reported stolen, I could get it back.
There you
He
go.
said if it's not fireable and it's not reported stolen, I could get it back. If it's reported stolen or if they could fire it and see that it was used in a crime, I could not get it back.
Never cared much for those rifles. That's just me.
Yeah.
Low end tier things.
Getting a storm shelter put in next week.
It's always good to have one of those on hand.
Yeah. Nigel said they have to call in every gun, even gun parts, or it's a 5-year sentence in jail. All bullets have to be handed in, or it's a year per bullet. Wow, that's insane.
And if it's a full mag, woo, you're looking at a long prison sentence.
Yeah. But I was talking to a guy at work. He's, like I said, I work with some retired military people.
Hmm.
And he said that if the barrel can be cleaned and if the rest of the firearm is garbage, they can put
Yeah.
that barrel on a clean firearm and shoot it through that barrel because that's all that matters.
Yeah,
It's
the rifling.
the rifling in that barrel. And then if they've got a bullet from a crime scene, they can compare it, say yes or no, and go from there.
It's all about ballistics.
I'm letting him drink and stop.
Two getting lippy back there.
All they know how to do, if they got paid to do it, me and you wouldn't have to work.
So make sure you bring your magnets and detector, Willie.
Oh, I plan on it.
And when you figure out how long you're going to be there, we're going up the week before.
Oh, you are?
So we're going to actually be there 9 days.
Really?
But the 29th is going to be, is that Memorial Day? In May, it's Memorial Day, isn't it?
Mayday.
So the 29th will be Memorial Day. That'll be a Monday, so you shouldn't have to work anyway.
Yeah. I'll have to tell my boss I goofed on the date. Oh well. But yeah, I'll get everything squared away. It's just so from where you live to that location, how's your time frame? Is it a 13-hour drive or is it less for you?
No, it's it depends. I didn't realize this for a while because I would look before we went the first time. I would look and it'd be like, 10 hours, 12 minutes. And I'm like, okay. Then I would get on there later and I'd look at it 12 hours. Hi, Angie and Rick. And I thought, why did it change? But it depends on the time of the day you look at the travel time as to how long it's going to take.
Yeah.
Because it's calculating what hours you're going to be through what areas and if there's road work, things like that. But if we could leave here at like midnight and drive straight through, I think it's 10 hours. Should be 10 hours or less.
Well, when my boss looked at it, it was 13 and I think it was 10 he looked at it from where I live here to that area. But just follow the GPS. You'll figure it out.
Yeah, that's what we had to do. Hey, Freezer Bound, thanks for coming in.
Freezer Bound. Haven't seen him in a while.
I watched one of his videos yesterday.
Yeah, I let him know of a certain hunter individual that is pretty famous around here. Though it's still funny how I work 3 blocks away from a YouTuber as well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, speaking of him, he did find saved about 30 different vintage cars in one of his latest videos. It was pretty impressive.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I think it was posted last week. Yeah.
Is somebody getting
Got a
those
bot.
bots? I don't see them on my phone.
Banhammer the bot.
I don't know why my phone isn't showing it. Oh, it's just now
It's,
coming up on my phone. Thank you,
Yeah.
Salty.
give it the kick. That's
We
for sure.
appreciate it. Appreciate each and every one of you is coming in here and supporting us. It helps us out.
So, did anyone ever figure out what that
Thank you,
giant
Mary. What?
giant egg was that I found out in the middle of nowhere? I'm specifically talking about the Chizek egg that is out in the middle of the town. I put a short out over Friday, not Friday, but the Friday after Thanksgiving. It's just kind of funny. It's kind of like the giant ball of yarn, and then if you want to get technical, Big Brutus as well. Just weird things in the middle of my state, stuff like that.
I'll have to check because evidently I missed that one. Most of the time I get notified whenever you put something on there.
Yeah,
I don't remember seeing that one.
it's titled "World's Largest Czechoslovakian Egg." The town actually has something that's a little bit more interesting on the other side of the road. I may need to do a video one day about it. It's a historical town, and just right next to the object that I recorded is an older building as well. There's oh, well, it's the town of Wilson itself. It's
Hey, Swampy.
Where?
5 or
I
6
missed
miles
this
away
one,
from the
okay.
lake, if I remember correctly. Let's see.
There's a lot of interesting things. That's something else about getting into, for me anyway, into magnet fishing and metal detecting. You start looking for places to go, so you start traveling different areas, and you get to see a lot of cool stuff doing it.
Yes, you do. There's a lot of interesting things around.
I mean, if
Oh,
I
that's
think
cool.
July will be 3 years that I've started the YouTube channel. So
Uh-huh.
basically, this time 3 years ago, if somebody had told me I was going to have a YouTube channel and have friends all over the world and get to meet all kinds of amazing people, I'd have told them they were crazy.
I'm coming up on my 1 year. Yeah, it'll be the
I don't think so, Swampy.
25th is when I started my channel, so I'll be celebrating the first year of being on YouTube.
Mary John said he doesn't know of anybody hiring in those places. Right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, here we are.
Swampy, I think you're hearing things. I didn't hear that.
Yep.
Did
Got it right
someone
on the
say
map.
nude beaches?
Nude beach.
I don't know. I don't know where he came up with that, but
Yeah, I forgot.
swampy.
Well, I mean, if you're trying to detect on a nude beach, let's just say there's probably more distraction going on than trying to understand the beep of your metal detector. Let's just leave it at that.
Swampy said there's no metal detecting on the nude beach, no pockets.
Yeah, you never know. Someone may be wearing a hat. They may have something expensive in that hat. But, yeah.
That reminds me of a joke I heard a long time ago, Swamp. I'll have to tell you sometime. It's not even dirty.
Well, then it ain't funny.
It is pretty funny.
The funniest one.
Did you see what they're opening up in Springfield?
So basically, the joke is, do you know who the? Let me think. What the word is?
Let me get you a gift.
The most popular person on a nude beach is.
Which one do you want?
No.
It's,
What?
it's the lady that works for the newspaper and has a tag up here that says press.
That's funny.
See, Willie laughed. John, you don't even know what you're talking about.
I was getting told that I was getting gift cards to Twin Peaks and Hooters, wasn't paying attention.
Okay. Barry Teresa asked me something. No, I'm not too sure of what she's asking.
You end up getting that table with the butts and beer on it. I don't want to be on that.
It was probably what you were talking about of the nude beaches a while ago.
Oh, well, back in the day, I heard from a couple old timers. There was a nudist colony around this town, or maybe one. I think it was Burton. Yeah, there was a nudist colony around Burton back in the day, like 70s or so, 70s, 80s, somewhere around there. Like I said, way before my time, but it's always been a joke around here.
Does anybody have any questions for Mr. Willie or myself
Sure, if anyone has anything.
about magnet fishing or metal detecting or?
Well, you probably know more about the metal detecting side of this treasure hunting community we were in. I know more about the magnet because I've spent too much time with it. Yeah, Nude Beach. That's what she was saying.
Mary, what did Mary say?
I don't know. I can't come here anymore throughout the week.
Oh, that's where it came from. Mary, I should have known. How we got on the nude beach conversation. Yeah,
Little
you
wonder
did,
there.
Swampy.
Oh no.
You seeing this? She's hiding behind a pillow. Behind you.
Yeah. She don't like the new arrangements because now she sits on the couch, people can see her. She was over there eating last week and she didn't realize everybody's watching her for a while.
Bad idea, Lab. I'm already 30. I know that seems young, but still. I work with a 23-year-old, so it feels like, oh, yeah, already getting up there.
Yeah, well, let me know how long do you think you're going to be up there. Our plan is to stay in Fond du Lac.
Fond du Lac.
Yeah, that's where we plan on staying.
So, the area, are there a lot of either a hotel or a B&B, or someone going to do something else? That's what I was trying to figure out. I mean, if you're going to have...
hotels, I don't know about B&Bs. All they can see is from here up, bro. You're too short, dude.
Hidden behind the gray screen.
Too short. Trying to remember. Seems like Clay and Jen said you could stay there if you wanted, but I don't know about their dog. I know there's going to be people staying with them.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to have 100+ people, space is a premium. Huh. Yeah, it's true. I work for an individual that actually employs one of his relatives not really a relative, but is, and yeah.
Mary, Mary.
No.
Oh, I don't know about you sometimes. Do you remember the name of the hotel we stayed in? Radisson. It's
Well,
where
if there's one nearby and it's got capacity, I'll do that. The same thing I did at Flash Bash. There's around the area when you're gonna go to Flash Bash, if you can make it to that, there are 3 hotels in the area. If Ed is going to have it in the same place, but yeah.
I'm hoping to go, but there's no guarantees. With us being gone 9 days for this thing this next year,
Yeah,
that may
and
be
then
the only trip we get to make.
yeah, and then turning around and going to Flash Bash. And yeah, I can see what I usually only do a singular trip per year. That's just how I am. If I start traveling, I tend to get sick for some odd reason, but yeah. This one's going to be interesting because it's going to be a focus on one thing, magnet fishing and metal detecting, yes.
Yeah. You crack me up, Willie. That's 2 things.
2 things, 1 thing. It's all in the same area.
Yeah,
It's going to be in an urban area as opposed to being out in the backwoods shoveling dirt from a river.
Yeah, Clay did say there was some campsites for some people if they wanted to just go camp.
Later,
I
Joker.
think the hotel we're staying at in Fond du Lac is around an hour and a half from the location where the thing is going to be.
Uh-huh.
And as far as I know, Dawn is going, and I think she's going to stay at the same hotel we do.
Dawn is going, okay. Yeah.
As far as I know, she's still going. She was saying
Motion sickness
a while
medicine.
back she was going.
It's not really motion sickness, Mary. It's stress.
So when it gets closer, I'm going to try to get an idea of how many people will be there to see if we can get like a group rate on the rooms.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Nick and Colt's going to stay at Clay and Jen's. And if Danny's there, I'm sure he'll stay at Clay and Jen's. Chris will probably stay at Clay and Jen's. They'll have several people probably staying at their house.
Yeah, just don't want to intrude.
Yeah, I know they don't mind, but
yeah, you get too many people in the yard, and then it seems kind of.
Yeah, I know when it's time to shower and go to bed, I would just as soon have a room.
Yeah.
Away.
At least 1 amenity. Well, what else to speak about?
I'm trying to catch back up.
Though I do know one thing. It'll be interesting going north instead of east. That's for sure.
Patterson said he's letting people camp free in his backyard. Includes pool, fire pit, and electricity.
Did the local news go to or do any footage of the last year's event?
Do what, Willie?
Did the local news do any footage for the last year's event?
No, they didn't.
I see. You figured that if you get 200 plus people at an event, things get like, what's going on here? But guess not.
Oh, Kathy's still in here.
Cows
she said
in
she's gonna be
Wisconsin.
listening. There's cows in Wisconsin.
Well, obviously, it's cheesehead country. There's
Yeah,
cows
I don't know about as far as the news and things like that. It's kind of
small event.
when Kathy posts about the event, you have to read what she posts.
Mhm.
And when you read what she posts and entirely what she posts, then you kind of get an idea of why we don't notify the news or things like that.
I meant like during the event, not before. But I get what you mean. Don't broadcast it.
Well, I just have to explain it to you. Okay.
You can explain it to me over
Right here it says
some other thing.
after metal detecting, the not a raffle, friends and fun.
Hmm.
Raffles are illegal in Wisconsin.
Really?
So, therefore, this is not a raffle.
Hmm.
And if the news or newspaper would show up,
I see.
so there could be complications. So we have to watch some of
Though,
that. So it's not a raffle. You're making a donation for a ticket for a chance to win something.
huh? Strange. Very strange. Stipulations. But
Yeah.
each
So
state is unique.
you gotta watch
What you say, what you do, what you see.
well how all of that goes, and if we had everything out on display and people were donating for tickets.
Hmm. I see. Special license.
Oh, okay. Well, last I knew it was illegal, but Kathy said it's not illegal. Just have to have a special license. Call it a door prize and you're fine. Because I would honestly like to have a big news station cover it, because I think that would bring in some donations for St. Jude that could
Yeah.
possibly be, no telling how much. There could be some people watch it and not have any kids and have lots of money.
Yeah.
Could throw money at this towards St. Jude's, and that's what it's all about, is raising money for those babies.
Yeah. It's definitely a good cause. Huge rock.
Yeah, I'll be in contact with Kathy more as we get closer, but I will try to get a hold of the hotel, ask them if they have group discounts and how many people has to actually be there for the group discount.
Hmm.
Because probably my probably my sister and son.
I know.
I'm trying to figure out what Connie's talking about. But I think her and my son's going to try to come, so they'll probably stay there. Dawn's going to stay there. If you stay there,
Hmm.
Closer to the event time, we'll try to get an idea of how many people are actually going to stay at that hotel
Yeah.
and be there. And I'll find out how many people it's going to take for us to get a group rate.
Yeah, that would
They
be
say,
nice.
if we can rent 10 rooms, we'll give a group rate. Well, if we can come up with people for 10 rooms, I might get a senior citizens discount. Ha ha. Well, you're older than me, so you might get 2 of them. Ha ha ha. Take that.
Yeah, I was just
Oh.
was wondering because so many people and some people are, well, pretty heavy players when it comes to YouTube, and sometimes that their stuff goes viral and then everyone's like, oh, where's that, what's that? But
Okay,
I
Kathy.
wasn't insinuating anything on raffle or anything. It's just
Yeah,
how
I don't understand it all. So that's why I thought I read that somewhere, but I don't know how old the stuff was I was reading.
Yeah.
You know, it could have been 10 years old, 20 years old.
But if it's just us 200, 300 people, if that's how many.
If it's door
That's awesome.
prizes, like I said, I will, at some point, way before the event, I will message Kathy and we can talk back and forth and get with Clay and Jen, because I think it would be a great idea if we could get some news coverage of this to raise
Yeah.
awareness, because some of the towns, I don't know how many miles away, but you're talking within an hour of there, there's towns that's probably got 1 million plus people in them. So if you
Yeah.
can get that kind of advertisement out, no telling what it could possibly do for the event.
All good and everything else.
All right, Patterson, appreciate it. I'll read it later. I probably ain't gonna stay on much longer.
Yeah.
Risha's tired. I'm tired. We went metal detecting Saturday, her and my dad and myself. And how long did we detect Saturday? Probably 6 hours, 6.5 hours.
Whoa. Really?
And then we went back Sunday, detected like 8 hours. And then I detected a little bit yesterday when I got home from work. Of course, you hear that in the background as soon as I walk through the door. That's
Yep.
what I deal with, and we have to play. And Risha watches him all day while Brittany and John work, so she
Yeah.
chases him all day. And I know I'm not getting any younger.
Yeah, you know how kids are. Balls of energy until they hit a certain age and they're, well, that's just how it is.
Jody Mosby. I said hi, Jody Mosby. I don't know if I said hi to Jody earlier or not.
Oh. Citizens back. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna review that video from earlier before you're
Well, he's
live.
yeah.
I gotta see the first part again.
All right,
I-
Kathy, you take care too. Thank you for coming in. Well, you can hear him laughing now, Mary.
So one more thing. What is the farthest distance the individuals are going to this event? I know Swamp Rat has got to drive a fairly long distance from Florida, right?
Yeah, Swampy's. He said if at all possible, he's coming from Florida. That's awesome, Barry Teresa. I was on Grandma Kelly's live yesterday, and I asked her if she was planning on coming to the event. She never responded to my question at all.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I know Colt and Nick are coming from Maine. So I don't know if Maine is farther than Florida or not.
Well, that is the most northeastern state of the East Coast.
Don is coming from Texas. And the Bad Idea Lab said they're south central Oklahoma, can throw a rock and hit Texas. So they're close to Texas. So I would say probably Swampy. I would think Florida would be farther away than Texas, but it might not be. They're both pretty far.
Sounds like you got a house full right now.
Oh, little man's wound up. They got him fired up. So
yeah.
I appreciate you coming up, Willie.
Mm-hmm. It was
Hope
fun
they get-
again.
to see you next week again. Like I say, I had somebody lined up, but then they had to work out of town and they didn't have reception.
Yeah.
And getting guests for me is hard. I'm not like Clark's Cove or Ed Flash or Pan that's got a year's people already lined up.
Yeah. Like they say, no plan survives first contact.
Yeah. Oh, Mary, he said that he didn't know of any jobs in that area. Yeah, I thought it was Swampy. I thought you were farther from Texas, and I hope you get to make it. And I hope everything's going all right with the recovery at your home, buddy.
Mom, do you have like a basketball?
Willie,
Best
thanks again
wishes.
for coming up. I appreciate it.
Hey,
When
anytime.
you figure out your plans on how long you're going to be there, I mean, it doesn't matter, but I'm just curious. That way, maybe we can figure
Yeah.
out some stuff.
Hope
'Cause
we
I
got
know we're
enough.
going to be doing stuff with Clay and Jen
Mhm.
all week, and if you can be up there a couple days for the event, there'll be more magnet fishing or metal detecting we can get into with you there. And
Yeah, I may come up on a Friday, or I could leave earlier than that, but it's all about money and time. That's
Yeah.
two factors I have to deal with.
that's awesome, Swampy. I'm glad she's doing good. But thank you all. Willie, thanks again. Appreciate each and every one of you coming in and putting up with us. Little man's wound up, so I'm going to get off here.
Yeah. Well, see you next week, people.
All right. Thanks, Willie.
Yep.
Anyone in Maine that's Swampy would be the furthest away. Yeah, that's true, Swampy. Everybody has a plan till they get punched in the face. Thanks, Willie. You know, you're welcome up anytime. It's good to see you. You never know what's around the corner, you know. It's a ways away until May, and I hope everything goes great for everybody. Thank you all for joining. You all have a blessed night. We'll see you next week. Until next time, Beard out.